Hello, once again, and welcome back to Crypto Corner. I'm your host, Greg Harriman, and we are looking at last time we said we're sitting on our hands. We're still sitting on our hands a little bit, although we did sell some stuff. You'll see that. We sold some JASMY. We about 10% of our holdings because JASMY's gone up about 25 plus 20 to 25% this week. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. Hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll be going over. We've been doing this since August. We're currently up about 4 times on our money, and we still think that we have another 3 to 4 times to go. Hopefully, you'll see if you haven't invested at all doing anything that we've done, that there's still time to get in and there's still time to do what you want to do to make some money in this bull market as it comes about. And so with that, our philosophy is safe, secure, and able to sleep. You can go back and see what we mean by that in other episodes. And we're going to jump in. On this page, what we always list is what are we doing? What's our portfolio look like? And so some of this is, these are all the different ones that we've held at one point or another. You can see all the way over to the right. If it's at less than 100%, then we're still underwater on that. But if you notice, like on Solana, our call, we're 879. All of these are 2, 3, 4, 5 times our money, and so but we still have some opportunity here. We feel like with this last pullback, there's plenty of opportunity to jump into this market right now and see, where it is we're going. We did sell some JASMY this week. It has been kind of on a tear, about 20+%. You'll see that later. And we feel like we took 10% off the table just so that we locked in those savings. And we think that there's a good chance it'll go back down to where it was before, which is maybe under the 0.02 marker. And if it is, then we'll take that same money, we'll buy back, and we'll have more shares. You can see that overall for the week, we have had plenty of red, plenty of green, with the ETH and the ETF being semi-approved. It is that's been moving. There's a lot of people saying the ETH is now going to $5,000. We think it's going to break the 4,000 mark, but we don't know what time frame that is. We feel like money isn't just going to pour into ETH at this point, and so we feel like, over the next 6 or 8 months, we do feel like it'll go between the 4,000 and 6,000, and so we'll see how that all turns out. We have Super, which we've been looking at under $1. We think that's still a buy. We think that can go to 1.5, maybe up to 1.8. So you got 50% on your money, and we think that will happen sooner rather than later. So we've been picking up a little bit of that, but we plan on selling it at $1.50 to $1.80. So a 50% gain. This is, I wanted to show you again. I'm going to probably keep updating it like this, but I'm going to start taking some of these things off the list. When we were back in March, the 326, you can see everything that we had picked here had begun to move and was green. You can see now a lot of it is not. And one of the reasons it's not is these are cyclical. So I don't want to keep listing all these things that I think kind of have gone through a cycle. I'm going to start pairing these off in the next page and look at that and say, where do we want to be? What are we really concentrating on putting our money in? Because if you go back to the last page, you'll see that's where we're keeping our most money. Now, these next two lists, this list and the next one, is just to show you that there's plenty of other stuff out there. ACH is waking up right now. JASMY, of course, has been waking up. Dot and Atom, we believe in this cycle, will do really, really well. So we are continuing to add to that. Part of the reason that we add to Dot and Atom is that we, on Coinbase One, if you're on Coinbase One level, you get 15% staking on those two. So we're getting 15% just by doing nothing. So we kind of don't care, because the lower it stays and we're getting 15% on our money, the more that we can be getting when it goes from $7.25 to $21, which we think it will do, or beyond. So we hope, again, that you're jumping on this as the same way that we are. So we were talking earlier, what if you just were, today is your first day looking at this? What would you jump into? This is, first of all, do your own conviction, but come back here, take a screenshot of this and look at where we think this is. The sell range is between 23 and 29. If it's at 737, then go ahead and buy. This is, you're still going to get up 2 to 3 times your money on this one in particular. So, but make it your conviction. Don't make it our conviction. We've told you what we've been doing. We've sold this multiple times. We've farmed it. We've done all kinds of different things with it. And we hope that, like, if you haven't done any of that, it's not too late. You can do the same thing that we did, which right now, if you bought DOT at 737 and then it gets to 950 and you sell 25% of it off, it might go back down to 737. If it does, you're buying more coins. And that's what we've done that like 5 times so far. So, and again, I put this list out there because you guys asked me, what are some other things that we could look at? Nakamoto Games is doing pretty well right now. I personally believe IMX is going to have a nice run coming up. A lot of people believe Gala Games will have a nice run coming up. Link is a safer bet. We think that's got a decent. Mina, we think, has a decent chance. HBAR, all of these have a decent chance to run, but you have to go and say, what do I believe can go up? Whether it's AI or DeFi or gaming or, so what I did was I put gaming in here, I put DeFi in here, I put, let me see, like Nakamoto's is a game, ACH is a payment method, VRA is advertising. So there's all kinds of different things in here for you to look at and say, what do I think will explode later on in this cycle? And then just go from there. And part of the reason I left the green here and then put the red in here is the fact that, like, Atom, here's a great example. Atom, over here, Atom was at 1220. We sold off at 1220, 20% of our, and then we bought it right back down at 870. So we're getting 50% gain on that, of buying more coins that we think will go way past 1220. So when you're looking at right now, you should be looking at some of these reds and saying, do I think that those reds have a good chance? Right now, I would not be buying JASMY. It's up too high. Even though we're at 400% on our money on JASMY, but now I wouldn't buy it. I'd wait for it to come back in. So sometimes you see this red and you say, hey, now's a good time for me to get in. But make sure you have the conviction. Why are you buying it? Why did you want to buy it? What use case did it have? Why did you feel like it would do whatever it was going to do? Another good example of this would be S-Fund. So this is all the Seedify, which is, they are all of the new coins coming out. That's a collection and they get launched from Seedify. And so do you think that's a great narrative? Do you think that's something that you should be investing in? If it is, look at right now, we had a buy price on this at 371. It's at 231. And so, like, we continually buy this week after week. We're dollar cost averaging in. So our 370 is down to just under $3 currently. But we think that, again, we believe that that's going to be doubling that. So, and then this group was definitely not financial advice. It's the Wild West. It's the ones where I took a list and I said, this is what I'm reading about. This is what I'm seeing a lot of. I took some DeFi, I took some gaming, I took some property stuff, I took some virtual poker. So there's a bunch of different things in here. And you see on 326, almost all of it was green. Now, most of it is red. So to me, some of these are decent buys right now. And some of them I wouldn't be buying. Like PAL, we started out, if we sold PAL when it was at $222 in profit on $100. And now it's at $24 profit. But because we took out 100 of it and we dumped that into virtual poker, VPP, we lowered our price on VPP, which is down right now. And again, this is just our conviction. We think virtual poker will be something important in the future. So we hope that as you are going along, you're making your good decisions. Here's a list of things for you to not have to go and look at 8 million things. Here's a list. Find something on the list. If you don't like it, send me examples of other stuff that we think we should have on the list, and we'll go from there. And these are the 2 dates. You can see clearly what we thought at one point, what we're thinking now. What did we sell this week? We sold some AKT and we sold some JASMY because it started to exceed. The JASMY started to exceed our 10%. So we sold down so that it stayed in our 10% on our percentage ball. And AKT, the exact same thing. And we were up at 7%. So then we went back and bought some more Atom and Matic and Dot. And so we feel like that's our safer bet. We took some gains from our riskier bets and put it into our safer bets. And we hope that you do that too. Lastly, we've talked about this, the ETF, been approved. If you're looking for narratives, will Sol or Dot or Ripple ETF be in the works? We don't know. And so we're not speculating on any of that, but we are keeping an eye on. Where do we think we are here? We keep saying we're right in here, and more and more people are saying get into crypto. It's about to happen. It's about to happen. And as soon as everyone's in crypto, then all of a sudden we'll be all the way up into this belief and thrill. This part goes pretty quick. You see how steep this is, and then we go from there. Lastly, I just list this out. What we're staking things at, what we're buying things at, what you guys do what you want to do. Please smash the like button if you like our content. Hopefully you're getting something out of this, and hopefully you're beating the numbers right now, and that you're selling a little bit here and there so that you have guaranteed gains in crypto. If you don't do that, we think that that's where most people fail. So we hope that you've enjoyed this. And we will talk to you again next week. Thanks. Greg Harriman signing off from Crypto Corner.